In the equity quadrant, taking a look at the December Nasdaq futures, which was the best performer of the four major U.S. indices today, the Nasdaq futures hit a new all-time high and a new all-time high closing price. Even though there's a little bit of time left in the session, we're not going to turn around at this point on a closing basis. This breaks a two-day losing streak, and the Nasdaq is now up 6 of the last 9 sessions for a grand total of almost 5%. The Nasdaq also got above 21,800 for the first time in history. The high today, 21,820. That was up 1.94%. The low was essentially unchanged. Yesterday's settlement, 21,405.25. Today's low, 21,405.75. And as you look at us going into the close, I mentioned the high up 1.94%, still up 1.9% with a little bit of time left in the session. US CPI came out as expected today, removing the fear of a strong upside surprise. Headline measures were stronger than last month at 2.7 year over year versus plus 2.6 in the last read, and plus 0.3 month over month versus plus 0.2 month over month in the last read. But that is where they were expected to come out, which is often more important. And core CPI month over month and year over year came in as expected, despite the year over year figure being plus 3.3%, which is well above the Fed's target of 2% core inflation. This figure, or I should say this data set, allows the Fed to cut rates next week without any fear of affecting their credibility in the short term. We also are talking about that rate cut because the yield curve is steepening quite a bit today, and the 25 basis point rate cut probability from the Fed is now almost a certainty. The CME Fed Watch Tool probability has gone all the way from 86.3% yesterday afternoon before the close to over 94% today. We get to over 95% with a little bit of time left before the meeting next week. That is almost a certainty that that 25 basis point rate cut is going to happen. Key point, I said almost.